Hi guys, this is Zach with Us versus Herd. Today I'm gonna give you a review of the Tastyworks platform from Tastytrade. So basically, it's a new brokerage that started at the beginning of the year, January. So it's brand new. So I'm gonna give you my honest review. It's not available to everyone. If you were a part of the Doe platform, which they owned previously, basically, they got rid of that, scrapped it, and moved a lot of their ideas over to Tastyworks. So it looks really similar to that in a lot of sense, but also looks a little different in the way it works. But so the first thing I want to go over with you is what this kind of platform is built for, or what the idea was in mind. Essentially, they wanted lower commissions. So starts for $1 for options opening trade. Do take in mind they are options oriented. So when they built this, it is basically built around options, but there is some stock. There is a You are allowed to purchase and sell stock too, but it is options oriented in mind very as the first thing that they built the platform around. So it's only $1 to start it. As you can see, they're not greedy as a lot of brokerages are. So $1 to open, $5 for a stock opening trade, which seems a little steep to me, but I guess it's lower than other brokerages on that regard, anyways. For futures, it's $2.50 per contract, and as you can see, the big all closing trades are $0. However, there are clearing fees, which I will get to in a bit, but they do add up. So it's not completely free, but they don't take any commission. So I would say if you're going to be looking at Tastyworks as a brokerage for you to use, for one, I'm pretty sure that it's not available for majority of people yet. Like I said, if you were on Doe, they sent you could sign up for invitations to get Tastyworks, but they have to invite you currently. I don't know what status they're at now. I know they were working on 25% of people who had Doe accounts, and then 50, and then 75, and then 100% of people. I don't think it's at 50% yet. I'm pretty sure 25% or less are still allowed to get in after you receive the invitation, and then you have to wait. I'm not positive on that yet, but we'll let you know in the future. So as for the take a look at the fees. I'll show you my fees per date. So this is the desktop platform. So I'm going to go into here and show you what this is like. But in here, it'll show you a lot of my fees to date for the commissions. So here you can see year to date, my commissions have been $589. And as you can also see, the fees that do add up, the clearing fees take a substantial $343. But still, for the entire year, I've paid less than $1,000 in commissions, or just about a little under $1,000. Most brokerages at this point, you'd be paying maybe $3,000 or more for the amount of trades that I've done. And you can see, kind of just browse some of the types of fees. How you could see my most traded stocks, obviously, from how many fees I paid for trading them, but just an idea there. So the closing costs there are some, but they do not take extra commissions, so it's not an extra dollar to close it as it is to open. So that's always a plus. So there we stand with the fees. I would say that this brokerage is definitely oriented towards beginners because they have a lot of curriculum that help you learn options and stuff like that. That's kind of their goal. They're kind of looking out for the little guy. So on that note, their minimum to get margin is also only $2,000. So that means your margin will be you could put a lot, you can invest a lot less and still get the margin. A lot of brokerages are like $3,000 or $4,000 depending on their minimums, but they wanted to make a lower entry bar so that more investors could work with Tastyworks on their platform, and I kind of like the whole idea. It's pretty interesting. So that being said, once we've established kind of what kind of traders they want, It's kind of the noob traders or the smaller account traders or people who are just trying to learn how to trade options or trade in general. That's the kind of people that they're really trying to attract with this. That being said, when you go into the desktop version of Tastyworks, this is what it looks like. This is where your position's held. You can see my current positions that I'm holding right now. You'll notice that it's a lot simpler than most brokerages. So if you've ever seen like Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade or E-Trade, the E-Trade platform, you'll notice there's a lot less going on. That's because they didn't want it to be hard to use. They want it to be very user friendly. So obviously, so you have positions here. Obviously, you go here to trade. This is an interesting thing you probably haven't seen on most brokerages is for options, instead of the table, which you can switch to here, you have the curve where you can drag your strike prices. But also in that regard, when you do that, it shows you a lot of information that you kind of have to dig for in some platforms. But here it's pretty easy. You have your percentage of profitability, so it's like how likely you are to profit, extrinsic value, you got your Greeks, and you got your max profit, max loss, all laid out very clearly for you. Expirations here and on the side here, you can go down. So if you want less, less closer expirations, you will hit the minus button, and farther out you'll hit plus, obviously. For quantities, if you want to buy more than one contract, you hit the up or the down button. To make them go further apart rather than just dragging them, you can just move the width back and forth, or you can hit the strikes, whatever kind of flow you like. Here is the price that is currently at. I'm not really specifically looking for any trades, so I'm just kind of hitting the buttons to show you guys what the functions do. Clear obviously clears the whole slate and you redo it. This is what the price is. You can adjust the price however you want, to get a limit order. And then when you review and send, you hit the button here, and then it'll ask you again, and then you hit send. They fill pretty quickly if you do it, actually very quickly. It uses a lot less power than a lot of brokerage desktop versions because there's a whole lot less going on. So the very few things that it does need to execute, it does execute well. So you have on the top, as I was going through trade, there's activity. So this shows all of my trades, and then obviously filled for most of them, and then the X is obviously for canceled. So if you see the orange X, it does mean canceled, but usually I get a fill afterwards and it doesn't show it, but it does have a few minor glitches. And since I've been using Tastyworks since day one, so somewhere in January, early January, and they've had a lot of bugs and major glitches that to their detriment allowed the platform to not work as well as it should have on launch. So we're on version 8.13, so they went through a lot of versions to get here. They started with 1.0, so they have worked on it tirelessly over the few month time period that they've been around this year. So they're brand new 2017 brokerage. I understand there's a lot of bugs, but I wish they had some fixed. So some of the big ones I've noticed were when I first started, a lot of the bugs were in the actual movement of this. Sometimes you couldn't move your prices. Sometimes it would just freeze freeze altogether and no longer work. Sometimes it even freezes your desktop or your whole entire computer in general. So you'll have to restart your computer just to use it, which has been something that's kind of annoying. And that glitch has not really gone away. It's still stayed around somewhat. So we're just looking at that, hopefully trying to get it fixed. They've been really good. Their customer support's really good on letting them know the issues and them trying to figure out how to fix them. That's not the problem. The problem is just getting them fixed in a timely manner. They're working as hard as they can, but we'll keep going through some of the glitches that they had. So in the beginning, a lot of them weren't allowing you to trade like SPX and NDX. You were not allowed to trade it. It would not allow you to. So there was a major problem with that. They fixed it, and any of the indexes you couldn't trade. As you can see, there is still some of a glitch here. You can see by size and volume, it says 0 for both of those, which we all know on SPX that is not true. But it's just a minor glitch. It fixes sometimes. It goes in and out of allowing that information to be displayed and not allowing it. A lot of times it also say nothing on the IV rank, which is also true. It'll just say 0. And so that's kind of something we need to look out for on the glitch wise. And there's been a lot of other glitches, like if you were to use this bar and move it over, it would freeze your computer. Or if you would try to put certain limit orders in, it wouldn't allow you to execute. Or sometimes if you do execute it, it'll give you a partial fill, but it actually fills them completely, but still says it's a partial fill. And then when you try to cancel it, it says you don't have that position or you already have it. So the order is actually filled, but it says partial fill still, and it stays like that. And then eventually it corrects. So it gets a little confusing, a little annoying with that. I would say that the prices are a lot lower, or the commissions they take are a lot lower than any other brokerage, but at the same time, I wouldn't call it a complete discount software, but I'd say you're getting a portion. You're getting a portion of what other brokerages do. So, like for example, if you're on Thinkorswim, they have all of these features for the most part and more. So this is kind of like a small snapshot of certain brokerages' desktop works. So it's just kind of an interesting way. So you're getting a lot less, but you're also paying a lot less. So take it how you want it. If it doesn't matter to you and you just want the basic information, then this is definitely for you. If you like a lot of extra tools and things that you didn't even know you needed, and cool, kind of just cool tools to use on like Thinkorswim or E-Trade, you're not going to have that here. You're going to have the basics and the information that you need to trade for the most part, and to view your trades in a different way, I would say. The information, I would say, is a lot neater and easier to read, so you can find all the things you want to know in one place. Other brokerages, they're a little harder to hunt for. On the other hand, like I said, you're getting a lot less features. So on the top tab here, you also have activity. Like I said, it shows all of that. Your watch list, you can add things here, but it mostly puts your positions. If you see a little gray dot by the stock ticker here as well, that means you have a current holding in that stock. And if it's a yellow little one here, you have an order that is not filled but is working. So if we go to the other tab, Tastytrade. So if you guys don't know, Tastyworks is built by Tastytrade out of Chicago. They are basically a options company. So they're a company that likes to teach stock options. That makes more sense. In that regard, so they have a show that they do daily from all day. So from before market open to a little bit after close, they have different segments of different types of shows. They have like Everyday Trader, they have the opening bell. So two of the top people there that run it is going to be Tom and Tony Batista. So they do the morning one and the ending segments. They kind of just go through trades, and they have people who can call and you can ask about your trades, and they're really well versed in kind of the markets and how markets have moved. They've been doing this for quite some time, so they're a good source of education. You can play it in the background too, and you can hit ready and play it while you're kind of just trading, so you can listen to them. You don't have to necessarily be watching them. So that's kind of a cool integration here. I'm not really sure what this thing does down here because it doesn't show anything. I'm not entirely sure if it has a purpose or if it will have a purpose yet. You can see that they're blank. Chart is obviously the charts of the stock that you're watching. So the cool thing here is you can have a watch list or the recents, and you can tap on it and it'll automatically change the chart. I like that. It's pretty fast, but at the same time, you cannot have multiple charts. So if you wanted to have Amazon like in a small box here and Priceline in a small box here, you couldn't have it like you would in say Thinkorswim. You have to do one chart at a time. So down here is the volume. As you can see, it shows, but for SPX it doesn't. That's another glitch. Like from here it says 0 volume, so there's no volume. These volume bars, The color is customizable. Here you can change the color to pretty much anything you want. I would say that it's not necessarily, it's not the most useful tool, but it's cool. If it's easy on your eyes. If you want to change the indicator, you can change a whole bunch here. I like to stick with the volume indicator. Just try to keep it simple on this platform, nothing too intense. Just try to keep my information as minimal, put in what I need and what I don't need. So you can see that there's higher, where the volume is, it's just all blue, and it's pretty cool on that end. You can change the time, so like, from month, week, day, 12 hours of the chart that you want. I go on the 15-minute timer, and then you can change 2 months to up to 1 day to today. So some of these do have glitches as well. As you can see, it's taking some time to load today. I don't know why, but the 15-minute timer and then putting it for today does not load. So you'd have to go to 1 day. Sometimes that doesn't even work. I, for whatever reason, can only get it to work on the 2 month. Which is really annoying when you want your data to be 100% accurate. A lot of the times, I do need the aid of Thinkorswim in order to make educated decisions on my trading. To see those charts is more accurate because I don't have that option because it doesn't work. There are a few other options here to kind of customize the settings and stuff if you'd like. Like I said, I like the standard. I like the way they have it. It's fine for me. And so that's how the chart is, and you can kind of see down here the time periods, and you can kind of adjust it. So if you use your like pad, you can go back and see how far back, and you can always change it if you want. I like to zoom in on today because I have a holding in Amazon, and I like to see the 15-minute candlesticks. So if you go here into like follow, you can see all the Tasty traders they have. So these are people that work at Tastytrade, and they're basically just traders, and a lot of them have different experience levels. So it'll tell you here if you'd like to follow their trades or their accounts or what they're doing. It's kind of cool. It's a really cool add-on to have. I would say that if you're into learning from firsthand from someone's experience, then it's a good tool to have. If you do not care for what other people are doing and you like to just do your own research and work on your own thing without having to listen to other people, then you don't have to worry about it. It's not a big deal. You don't that tab, it's not end all be all. Here, this is where all your holdings are going to be, and you can customize it here by turning these on and off if you like. I prefer all these on because I like to see what's outstanding, what I have, what's going on. And here it'll show you your profit loss open, profit loss day. You can get rid of those if you like and move them over. You got all your Greeks here in the middle, and then you got your extrinsic, which I like. I do wish it kind of added them up and then put a total. It doesn't, so that's another thing. On the left here, you have different kinds of, so for these on the top here are all going to be the stocks that you researched in the last few minutes. So if I put like SPY in there, it's going to drop one out that I didn't research, so it's going to only hold those that are there. So if I did like Google, you'll see that it goes down, each one goes down gradually. So the SPY was there, now it's there. Here you can actually I have the Tastytrade default, but I do have my grind. These are ones I like to trade often. So you can customize watch lists if you like, but I do just like the Tastytrade default, or I also do like to see high options volume, but Tastytrade default is what they're trading. I just like to see what they're doing and what they got going on. Yeah, so that's just kind of an overview on what you have here for Tastyworks. I would say that it is a good start for any trader who wants to learn. It's a good platform for beginners, and there is a lot to learn, but this condenses that information down for you. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time, and keep learning. We'll keep learning with you, and remember, it's always us versus the herd, so do your best.